I'm good.
A Coke? No. Something else? No, I'll take a Coke in a glass. Yeah, that'll work. That's fine.
Crown and Coke.
Fuck it.
I was gonna say I'll mix you one if you want. Shit.
And we are live. How's it going, everybody? In this football madness week of games that matter and games that don't.
Mostly games that don't.
Yeah.
God help you if you're actually playing fantasy football this week. Like if you went with the default and you have a week 18 league, oh man. Like honestly, I don't know how much we're going to be speaking to fantasy this week unless we have specific questions because there's just really not much of a reason.
Shame on you for being in a league that's still playing. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Check your settings.
But you know what? Honestly, week 17 was almost as bad.
You're right. I mean, it almost made you go to 16 as a championship week kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I saw some some screenshots of some leagues that they run 12 weeks instead of 14, and then you're done at week 16.
I would be the freaking champion. If we could have ended this season a few weeks sooner. Oh my God!
You wouldn't. Your team tailed off like around week 13.
I would have said 14, but I'd have to look to be sure.
So I'm not sure you would have made the either way.
Well, it depends on what
because your week 16, like your week, I believe your week 15 and 16 were better than your week 13 and 14. But you haven't had like a monster week since like week 9.
Well, since I did the trade, right?
Yeah,
like that trade.
Got him.
Yeah, I mean you kind of did, but it wasn't that useful for you either.
No, it was. I mean, got me to the playoffs.
It was just kind of a ruined me trade.
I wouldn't.
And it was only because of injury.
I wouldn't have made the playoffs without that trade.
Yeah.
The other one was bad for me, but like Pickens was bad in the playoffs, but up all the way up until the playoffs, he was good. He was really good. Yeah. He was better than I expected. I was worried about a trade going into it, and it's funny because I ended up getting more out of him than Warren, which was what I really needed.
I think I got 1 week out of Drake London, and then Penix got hurt, and then London got hurt, and I was just like, ugh.
You're all excited.
I was so proud of my team. I'm looking at my team for that 1 week going, I'm unstoppable. This is awesome. And then Kirk Cousins took over, and everything took a downturn, and then London got hurt, and then Hampton didn't come back when he was supposed to. And
you hand that to Brian so he could read it out loud.
Uh-oh, dude.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bears plus 8.5 points. Brian San Francisco. What was the final score on that?
They lost by like 4 points or something like that. They needed one score. They needed a touchdown score to
42 to 38 was the final score.
Okay.
So
it was an 8.5 point spread?
No, you gave me 8.5.
How drunk was I?
I don't know. But you gave me 8.5.
Why did you do that?
You started at a touchdown, so even if I had took the touchdown, I would have still won.
Yeah, because remember we spent a little bit of time discussing what a blowout win is these days.
A blowout and convincingly.
We had that's right. I said it was going to be a convincing win.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hat for you.
All right. Fair.
Oh, I'm undefeated in the hat bets.
He's made one.
But still, though.
Mm-hmm. Steal.
So,
we want to start with Homer Minute or nah? You want to talk about the Steelers? What happened in that game, dude?
Exactly what I told you was going to happen.
All we had to do was beat the Browns.
I told you, dude. And you guys can't.
The irony was so thick at the end of the game. Game is on the line. All we need is that touchdown to win. And
three
times MVS. To Marcus Scantling. Like, this is not DK Metcalf. And you're doing DK Metcalf plays for MVS. I'm like,
the thing is it felt like a test balloon, some of it. And it's like, dude, there's like 20 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, and like you need to win this game so you can lock down your division. This isn't like even if it was the second quarter, okay, like you're testing stuff for later, but like I didn't understand it how him and MVS were just having like a practice session, and
dude, and the final play, like they had just had 2 unsuccessful plays, right? And the final play, like MVS is running out to his spot, and Aaron's like, whoa, and like gave him like further direction, and I'm like, so we all know it's going to MVS. You're going to him one more time. I literally yelled that out before he threw it to him. I was like, you're going to MVS again, and he went to MVS again. And,
hey, to give him credit, that last one was the closest one. It looked the best.
And there's no doubt in my mind that if that was DK Metcalf,
He catches that ball.
he catches that ball. That was a DK Metcalf ball. So a Lions fan might keep us out of the playoffs. That's kind of irritating. A single Lions fan.
Metcalf kept you out of
Trading George Pickens.
I will have to. I mean, and Metcalf is obviously a freaking idiot. Don't get me wrong, but he complained about this guy last year. How is this guy still getting tickets in the front row? Like, how is this guy still in a position to mock players? You know, once players have actually complained about him specifically. I mean, that can't happen that often. You know, how does the NFL not take that seriously?
It depends. Like, if he's like PG-13 mocking him, like the thing
I doubt that's what got him
the
that
thing
mad.
that apparently set him off was him using his full name.
No, that's what he said. So, I mean, that's not what DK said happened, is it?
Yeah,
DK
but
said he called him the N-word and his mama C-word.
Yeah, but
So-
the video recordings of all of everybody around him
Upheld what the guy said about him not saying any
Even
of
when
that
they
stuff.
were up close and personal like this,
Yes.
I don't see how that's possible. But I mean,
There were
haven't seen it,
fans in the same section as him.
but, right? But this was a very he had pulled him down to his face, like they were talking to each other face to face. Nobody knows what was said there.
Some of the other stuff that I saw too was that
Yeah, like a guy who's 6'3", 250 pounds, and like 3% body fat pulls you down into his face. Now's the time to start talking about his mama and calling him the N-word. I don't.
Did you see how he reacted when he almost got punched, or when the
just
punch
don't
glazed
think
him?
so.
He was victorious. He got him to throw a punch at him. Are you kidding me? This was this man's goal.
Yeah, I don't
Like this, it was absolutely his man's goal. So I mean, of course,
honestly, it's
he
like
would have said those things because he was. This is the reaction he was trying to get.
So my interpretation of the situation is DK Metcalf is Happy Gilmore.
I can't dispute that.
and I mean, and so like trolls have been a part of sporting experience for forever.
Well, let's get
dude.
him out.
No, why?
Once they get reported like that, get him the F out.
No,
I agree with Brian on this.
As long as he's not crossing a
that was
line.
my experience, too.
Okay, if the guy is crossing a line and like he would get canceled, you know, on the internet, okay. Then I'm okay with getting him thrown out. But if it's like a situation where it's like you're not gonna make this putt, jackass, and like that was too much for DK to handle,
and we won't know. I would like to hear a little bit more about it.
And here's my take on it. If DK was complaining about him last season, the player should have some sort of right to have the person not there. Just like if you go to a comedian show, the heckler is heckling the comedian. The comedian goes, remove this person. They remove that person, right?
Absolutely.
So I think there is that.
That's a little different. That's a little different.
It's still a show. It's still a show, and hecklers thinking they're part of the show is not the case. Like fans, when they go and they heckle players, they think they're part of the entertainment of doing that. Then
when you're in an enclosed area like a comedian, so like a comedian isn't having a heckler thrown out when he's performing in a stadium. A comedian's having a heckler thrown out when he's performing in like a small auditorium that doesn't have more than 200 people, and every human in the building can hear what the guy is saying, and it becomes everybody watching two people.
It's a fair point, but the entertainer still heard what he was doing. So. It's a fair point, but the entertainer.
And let's keep in mind that this fan, like his goal in life was to get a reaction out of DK. Like he came full bear. Like I almost got him last time. I'm gonna get him this time. I'm gonna push those buttons. So I'm just saying, like, that is not
And
what we need to be happening in the stands.
I'm
That's
sure
BS.
there's some sort of an investigation going on to the situation.
And should have been last year, and now it's happening late because of this incident.
I'm sure that's happening.
Great. Now it costs us the freaking playoffs.
Because there's a large
Did it
lawsuit.
cost the playoffs? What needs to happen for you guys to still get in?
They need to win.
we need to
but
beat
they have to do it without DK.
We need to beat Baltimore
That's it.
without DK.
They just need to beat Baltimore without DK.
They're still in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
for sure. And we're at home. We are underdogs at home, which is a little surprising to me, but we are 3.5-point dogs
Oh, well,
at
is
home.
TJ going to play?
Yes, TJ is a full go. And I don't think Lamar Jackson's going to play.
I was going to say, what about Lamar?
And so
Lamar's been on the
fact
practice
that we're
field last
still
couple days.
underdogs there kind of confuses me a bit because I think we should be the favorites there. I do think we have a real good chance to pull this out. But it's Baltimore. I'm worried. I mean, this is our rival. This is that game that can go either way every year, no matter
Who
what
won
our
the first
record
game?
is. We did.
In Baltimore.
So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely worried, but I'm glad we're at home, and I'm gonna be watching and having fun watching it. But god dang it, this should have been our bye week. Everybody should be resting up this week, and the fact that we're going into the Ravens to play our hearts out, we're probably gonna win, but we're gonna get so beat up and hurt that we're gonna have no chance in the wild card. It's just frustrating, but is what it is.
So the Steelers are 1-6 in their last 7 trips to Cleveland.
Is that true? That's funny. That's funny because we dominated them for so many years.
Not in the Stefanski era.
That's funny. Yeah. No, Stefanski's good. He's a good coach. He's
it's a
definitely
Monday night game, too.
No, Sunday.
There is no Monday night.
Yeah.
game.
Oh, that's why this is a tiebreaker.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
Thursday. No Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
Just and Saturday's loaded. Saturday is a
Well, it's only 2 games, but it's 2 of the 3
It's like a
best
playoff
games.
day.
Yeah.
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 I mean-
there's those 2 games and there's the Pittsburgh game. That's about all that really matters.
Three of the 4 teams that are competing on Saturday are going to be in the playoffs, and 2 of them will be division champions.
Yeah.
With that, do you got anything to say about the Cowboys?
Who?
Okay.
That's enough.
So, as far as the Rams go, I just think they're going to probably take this week off, too. I think, what sucks is it shouldn't make that big of a difference whether or not Adams is starting or not starting.
It's a big difference.
It shouldn't make that much of a difference, though. And for
You know-
McVay, it's like, okay, you make your plays around the talent, like this is becoming obvious, and when those 1 or 2 people, like there's not ever a next man that can step up. The tight ends just keep dropping the fucking ball, dude. That's such a kryptonite right now. It's like catch the ball.
Devontae Adams is not just your everyday receiver. He is a Hall of Famer for sure. If people didn't think so before this season, they certainly do now. Right. And what I would say is that the Rams offense without Devontae Adams looks like last year's Rams offense, where they are able to move the ball all day long. And then when they need to score, they are just not able to create the separation that they need or the trickery that they need. And Devontae is just a game changer in that area. He's just always open.
Yeah.
There's just no stopping him.
That.
It's crazy. So they need him back. And I think it was the smart play to not try and force him back in to win the division when you don't care. You'll play anywhere.
Yeah.
The defense travels. The defense looks great. It was fun watching Jared Verse, the punt block.
Yeah, it was fun too,
the
yeah.
field goal block. I was surprised that the Rams kept their starters in as long as they did in the game. The game clearly meant more to the Falcons.
They really wanted that number 5 seed or whatever, but it is what it is now.
Yeah, that's the game.
I'm not
they
sure
texted
why.
me on. I was like, why
So
are
it's
they
the
still
difference
in there?
between.
Yeah.
I think I texted this to you guys. It's the difference between playing. If you get the 5 seed, you're going to play the winner of Carolina and Tampa Bay. And if you get the 6 seed, you're either going to get Philly or Chicago.
I don't mind either one of those games.
I don't mind Chicago. I wouldn't be looking forward to going to Philly, But I mean, if I was the Rams, I would be looking. I wouldn't care because I wouldn't be worried about Chicago first, and then second, I'd be looking forward to getting some revenge on Philly. Might as well get it done now. Well, we know that we're going to be giving them our best shot in the wild card round with like we've been saving Devontae Adams. This is I'd rather do that than like you get to the conference championship game and we lost Devontae Adams in the middle of the divisional round, and you're not going to be able to give them your best shot because Philly is probably the toughest challenge that the Rams are going to have. Like that, like I have.
Honestly, that's what I was just going through my head.
I said a couple weeks ago that things are going to line up for the 49ers to get that one seed.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
But if I was a Rams fan, that wouldn't matter to me because like you watch them play against the 49ers cannot stop them at all. Just they cannot stop. They could not stop the Rams at all. And the 49ers offense is really good. But I would trust that Rams defense to get a couple of stops before I'd trust that.
What happened to
49ers
Kittle?
Defense.
What happened to Kittle?
Ankle.
So he'll be back.
I think he's
fine
back this week, right?
Yeah, I think he's probably going to play this weekend.
Yeah.
I think they probably expected to beat Chicago by as much as Brian thought they were going to beat him by, and if they'd been playing Seattle last week, I think he'd have played.
Well, with that, our first game is Carolina at Tampa Bay. Carolina's +3, over/under is 43.5, +124 if you're betting on the Panthers, and -148 if you're betting on the Bucks.
I am still going to bet on the Bucks. As you can see here, I'm wearing my Bucks attire. Like they're going to get in at 8-9 again. It'll be the second time in 4 years, I think.
If anything, if they're going to make any kind of changes, I think if they're going to slowly get the fans comfortable, what they probably should do is, I'm going Carolina, by the way, is in the playoffs, they should, top of the division gets in, but seeds depend on record.
Yeah, they've always promised a home game to the division winner.
Yeah, I think they could change that caveat, and then
It's hard.
And it'd
yeah,
still
it
be
is.
a
It's
Super
funny.
Bowl because the
I
divisions are
remember
still
that
in, you know what I mean?
basketball used to do that.
They've tried a couple things, right, with that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Basketball, the NBA is pretty creative. They're always trying new things. But in this game, I don't know. I just trust Tampa Bay more.
I'm going to go Carolina here.
Yeah.
I think Carolina's going to get that big old upset. Tampa Bay is like, what, 1-6 in their last 7 games, something like that. It's just
Would it be a
awful.
big upset, though?
No,
I don't think
at
so.
all. It's what's the line on it? I mean, it's less than 3.
Carolina's got to be
3
favored to win,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Carolina's got a what?
Is Carolina favored to win?
No, it's in Tampa.
Oh, okay.
It's in Tampa, so it's a pick 'em, and then Tampa's getting
But
the
Tampa
3-point home.
and Carolina, you're talking like 300 miles or something like that.
And
difference.
Carolina's playing better football right now. Than Tampa. Tampa is just not playing well. Whatever it is, I haven't been watching a lot of their games, so I don't know why it is that they're falling apart. But a lot of the blame seems to be coming down on the quarterback. And I mean, he's Laser is one of your guys, Mr. Mayfield. Like what?
Well, I've said that the offenses look discombobulated all season long. Like they don't really have an identity. There's not. You don't. If someone asks you to describe what Bucks football is, I wouldn't be able to do it. And I've been watching them all season long.
Right.
Because sometimes they look like they have all of the tools that an elite football team needs to win, and they're just not putting it. It isn't mixing right. But they have everything. And look at if you were somebody who started Chris Godwin last week in championships.
Did he have a catch? Did Godwin? I thought he had a bad week, right? No?
Godwin was a top 5 receiver in championship weekend.
That's how much people have been paying attention to Godwin this year.
But
what was the chance?
That's how
that
much
he was
this guy.
actually
That's
in
how
your
much. That's how
lineup?
much this guy was paying attention. After he got eliminated from all of it.
Oh no, my heart got ripped out. I told you last week. Like, honestly, I saw some league safe stuff going across my my scroll, and I'm like, oh, I got to get to that, but I just don't even want to click on fantasy football right now.
That's so funny to me.
I just.
All right,
So irritated
he's
with it all
the
right
guy to make trades with right now in Dynasty.
So next up, Seahawks at 49ers. Seahawks for minus 2.5. Over-under is 47.5. Minus 148 if you're betting on the Seahawks. Plus 2.5 if you're betting on the Niners. So at the Niners, they're still favored to win. Seahawks.
Oh, I think the Niners will win this game.
Yeah, I'm picking the Niners.
Yeah, I'm picking the Niners too. I just that home court narrative all the way through just is appealing to me.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll make it, but they've been charmed so far, and they've just been handling their business. And it's funny when I say handling their business, it's like their offense. The 49ers offense has been just handling business. They look like the best offense in football right now.
Well, and I meant that bring that up a minute ago when we were talking about just the playoff contenders and whatnot. Is like every year there's 2, 3, 4 teams that you're like, ooh, it's between them. Those are the teams. This year, it's like, who are you picking?
Right.
Like there are so many choices, so many ways to go. Like there is no absolute dominant team. What are you like? Oh, Denver's amazing. No, Denver's not amazing.
I want 49ers.
You know what I mean?
I want to see 49ers Bills. Like that would be in our household that would be the most fun because then we truly wouldn't care who won. You know,
well,
like
in the area that we live,
we'd be rooting for the
49ers game's
49ers,
fun,
but like we're huge Josh Allen fans too. So
well, yeah, because I forgot. He grew up around
him
here.
being a Valley boy. Like we'd be happy to see him win, and he's deserving. But it's going to be interesting for sure. It's gonna. What's funny is I think one of the best teams right now is Houston.
They're definitely coming
I
in
think
hot.
their offense is a little
Just good enough.
They're just good enough to win like 2 games in the playoffs. They have to play better if they're going to be a Super Bowl contender. But they are good enough to steal a couple games.
Well, and their defense is good enough to be a Super Bowl.
Oh yes,
contender.
their defense is a championship level defense
Right.
for sure.
So can that offense get it together a little bit? And honestly, I have confidence in Stroud.
But because of all that, the 49ers
think.
have a puncher's chance, I think. And it's funny on the other side, the Seahawks are interesting too. If they somehow manage to get a win in this game, because it would be them that had home field advantage throughout the playoffs. With the 1 seed. And we wouldn't get to see playoff Sam Darnold for 2 weeks. So there'd be a lot of speculation on, as to how they're going to play. Is this going to be different? Is it a different Sam Darnold?
I don't think Sam Darnold rises to the playoff
I don't think so either. I think that there's going to be some sort of. I just kind of feel like he's going to let them down at some point in this game. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
I think the world feels
he's
that
going to at some point, even if he plays a great game, he'll make that one mistake that causes them to not win this game, and then. It just depends on who they get matched up with next week. And if they lose, they're looking at the 6th seed. And so, and then the Rams would get to play Carolina or Tampa still. And then they would need the Rams to lose to avoid the 6th seed. But if the Seahawks got the 6th seed and had to play, at Chicago or at Philly, I don't like their chances.
Yeah, honestly, I don't like we go down each team and I'm like, oh, there's too many weaknesses. Like I don't know who my favorite is right now. I mean, and after week 18, we'll have to pick our Super Bowl, favorites and who our actual picks and whatnot. But going into week 18, I'm like, I don't know. Like I really don't know.
It's interesting. I still people are kind of cooling on the Bills right now because they didn't pull off the win last week. But I mean, I feel like if they had just made to me the Bills played the same game last week that they've played all season long, and it doesn't matter if it's 42-41 or 17-16. At the end of the game, if Josh Allen has the ball in his hand, like you're looking at the wrong side of like a 2-1. Like he is more than likely going to get the job done. And
except what was it last
they
week?
They just didn't make the they didn't have to even go for 2. They could have just forced overtime. Like
I thought if that was the better call? I didn't like
going for 2.
No.
Oh no.
Going for
okay.
2
Yeah. No, and I'm with you. I would have rather had just gone to overtime. You've got the momentum. They've got
like you're the better team.
The boogeyman has just come through again. So I agree. I understand why they didn't. But that's also why I kind of like throw that one away. It's like, well, I guess they really didn't care about winning the division. They'll go play anywhere. So to me, in the AFC, the favorite still has to be the Bills. Like the Broncos have had a great season, but they also could have easily lost another 3 games.
Yeah, you don't feel like the Denver Broncos are a powerhouse team right now. Honestly, you don't even know what the identity of their offense is right now.
And the Bills just proved they're not scared of the Patriots. Gave them 21 points in New England and still put a whooping on them. So that's still my pick in the AFC. Something would have to happen to change my mind.
Like I say, I want to wait and see next week before I pick because
with no Mahomes was the cooler for Josh Allen, and so with no Mahomes,
his year.
Yeah, with no Mahomes in the playoffs, how do you be? And there's no Burrow, that's true because he owns Lamar Jackson.
Anybody want another one?
I'll take a Modelo in the fridge.
I would also, if there's 2 of the blacks, yes, I would
Whatever
like
you
one
guys
of those
brought.
too.
And the red salt over there.
Thank you. Oh, we need the bottle opener.
The gear on the side. It's on the side of the fridge.
But yeah, I can't wait to watch that game tomorrow night. It's great. We're childless. Basically we have the baby and he's a whole gang of children all by himself.
Yeah, okay. All babies are.
Oh, dude, not like this one. He's something. He's insane. But yeah, we'll be able to sit down and watch the game without a bunch of people screaming, "I'm gonna report you." So that'll be nice.
Fortnite.
Yeah,
Fortnite stuff.
Fortnite. Not a Fortnite. Sorry, Roblox. Same
Some
difference.
funny videos on Roblox. Next up is Saints at Falcons. Saints are boo. Saints were I saw +3.5. Let me go find the game again. I don't know why this website does that. +3.5. Over under is 44.5. +164 if you're betting on the Saints. -198 if you're betting on Falcons.
Hey, this one's fun for fantasy football again. Another guy that people may be surprised to know if you had Chris Olave during the fantasy playoffs, it was hard to lose. And
he's been having a run.
And if you listen to this guy and just started, and it's and I know I'm a Spencer Rattler lover, but if you listen to me and said, hey, you should start looking at Tyler Shuck as somebody you can start, he was also somebody who didn't disappoint as much as some other really superstar fantasy quarterbacks did in the playoffs. So it's fun. It's nice.
It looks like he's going to win the Rookie of the Year, right?
Shuck?
Yeah.
I wouldn't give it to him over Dart. No way.
You don't think so?
No way.
A lot of depends on Week 18 too.
Dart's the Giants will win that game. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Over the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys aren't trying to win. The Cowboys don't want the Giants to have the number 1 pick. So they're gonna tank hard. Dak's not gonna play.
I thought Dak was playing.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Dak's not gonna play. There's no Javonte. There's no Malik Davis. We shut down some guys on defense. We released Trayvon Diggs.
I saw the Trayvon Diggs thing. Do you know the backstory behind that?
Apparently he requested some personal time,
right,
so that he could visit with family and friends, and then got in trouble for being at a concert that was being performed by his family friend. And so it's kind of it's interesting, from the Cowboys' perspective, from a PR perspective, it makes the Cowboys look bad, because it makes them look harsh for not allowing him. But I imagine Trayvon Diggs also didn't tell them that he was going to a concert. It was true that he was spending time with family and friends, but
at a concert
he was also going to a concert, and in order to do it, he was not flying back with the team after a game and stuff like that. It was just some kind of like me before the team things that.
Yeah, he's like, I was just gonna have to fly right back or something.
And I saw, and to be honest with you, like Trayvon Diggs checked out when they traded Micah Parsons. Like he was just not the same person. So I wish the best for him. Hope he's better than he has been the last couple of years. But it's not a minus for the Cowboys. That's for sure at this point.
Who picked him up?
The Packers did.
Packers did. Okay. That's right.
So he's 7-11
Back with Parsons.
back together in Green Bay.
All right. Interesting.
So I'm going at Atlanta.
This one's a tough one for me. This to me is a coin flip. I can definitely see both sides of this. The Saints have been playing a lot better. Shuck has been looking good, and like I say, Shuck wants that.
And we got
Rookie of the Year.
sidetracked on the Rookie of the Year talk. So
Yeah.
and he has been playing.
So
well.
if Shuck goes out there and looks good, and Jackson Dart goes out there and lays an egg, like I think Shuck gets it.
Yeah, no quarterback has gone out and laid an egg against the Cowboys defense this year, and that's while they were trying.
And they're sitting down
that was
people this week.
that was while they were trying. They're not
fair.
So Jackson Dart's going to score 30+ points this week in fantasy. So Tyler Shuck's got his work cut out for him. That Atlanta defense is no joke. You saw what they did to Matt Stafford last week.
They've been so weird all year.
They're real good. No, the defense has been solid. Their defense has been really good all year long. It was the offense.
Yeah.
And even before Penix got hurt, they were just a very middling offense. Even with Bijan setting, breaking CMC records and stuff like that for scrimmage yards, they weren't able to score points, and they struggled in the kicking game. They've been through 3 kickers this year, so it's difficult to bet on them, but they did look good in that game against the Rams on Monday night, and
off and on this year, they've looked really good.
Yeah, they have.
The next week they come back and lose to somebody badly. They're not supposed to.
But
lose
I
to.
don't think they're going to.
So.
I don't think they're going to be able to stop Bijan this weekend. I think he's going to have another great game. And thanks, Bijan, for the championship. Appreciate you, bro. That was fun.
Tough one for me.
I'll take the
I'm
Falcons.
I guess I'm going to go Atlanta there. It's a tough one.
Okay. Next up is
Who did Ray
Pittsburgh.
Atlanta.
Okay.
Browns at Bengals. Browns are +7.5. Over-under is 44.5. +320 if you're betting on the Browns. -410 if you're betting on the Bengals. Non-game. We're into.
I mean, who can't
non-games.
beat the Browns? I mean, anybody can beat the Browns, right?
Not in Cleveland, but they're in Cincinnati.
Fair. And Burrow's looking good. Burrow is playing, wants to play well. I mean, I think you got to go with Cincinnati here.
I'm still just such disappointed in Week 15 Burrow.
Was that against the Baltimore?
Ravens, yeah.
Yeah.
Just yeah. No, Burrow's to me the most talented quarterback in the league,
He looks that way at times, for sure.
and when he wants to win, and the Bengals have all their weapons, they're tough to beat.
And he's on the field.
Mhm. Yeah, so I'm going to take the Bengals too. The Browns have had a really interesting season. They have put some good losses on people. They beat the Packers this year. They beat the Steelers when it was time when the Steelers needed to win. Who else? I feel like there was another one.
I think so too, but I can't think.
Right off the top of my head, I can't. But that defense has been
It's
so
great.
Yeah,
It's
because
great.
they just hold you down. Like you go in there, and it's a game of can we hold their offense to under 17 points, because we're not going to be able to score more than that on their defense.
So does Garrett get the sack record this week?
I think so. I
so, too.
honestly
I bet he comes up
was
with
a
1.5
little
to 2 sacks.
I like those things in history when the synergy type things, and it would have been really cool if he had gotten it on Aaron Rodgers, because the last one happened on Brett Favre.
But Aaron was obviously making sure that was not going to happen.
Yeah.
That was on his mind the entire day.
He looked
you could
good.
tell.
He was running in that game. He looked pretty good.
Honestly, I can't put a lot of fault of this season on Aaron Rodgers.
No, I
honestly,
wouldn't either.
In my mind, he's performed better than I expected.
To me, it's whoever's idea it was to hire Arthur Smith, and whoever's idea it was to let him direct personnel into being, centered around 4 tight ends.
Yeah.
Because that is what your offense is you have Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, a couple of backup level running backs, and they're good. They're really good, but they're not elite. They're like you look at somebody.
You're
like,
right. They're 1B or 2A.
They are an obvious step down from like a Gibbs, a CMC, a Bijan, something like that. And then you have Aaron Rodgers, DK, and then a bunch of tight ends. It's like, what were you doing? What were you doing? What have you been doing the last?
And that's what Arthur Smith wanted to do. So
turned
do
off
something with
because
it. He just didn't do anything with it. He didn't turn it into anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, what? Why did we do this then?
Yeah.
Like if we can't win without DK,
because all through the season they're still just like bringing in guys like MVS, old Aaron Rodgers guys, and Adam Thielen, where it's like. Oh, thank you. Where it's like, what are we doing in the draft? What are we doing in the offseason? Like that, our offense ended up like this. That's that, and then like the defense wasn't like steel curtain challenging, level like we thought it was going to be going into the season. But they've been good lately.
Yeah, and again, kind of hard to predict, unfortunately. But yeah, the defense has definitely picked up. I feel like we've gotten healthy, but. Still just not quite what I thought it would be.
Yeah. And for all of those reasons, I do think that the Bengals win tomorrow.
I mean, I think the Bengals are going to win tomorrow, too.
No,
game.
And shout out to Chase Brown real quick because, like, he's somebody that I think, that there are probably plenty of fantasy managers just kicking themselves for having traded in the middle of the season, like when things looked like they were going south for the Bengals and Chase Brown had a couple of bad weeks. But if you hung in there with Chase Brown, man, he carried you. I think he was...
you had to wait till Flacco took over, until they actually had somewhat of a quarterback.
When Flacco was there, he wasn't good still. It wasn't until Burrow came back.
No, that he became great again.
Yes.
But he was at least okay. I remember going, oh, well, this saves
He
Chase
was
Brown's season.
okay, but he was like
Right.
flex okay. It wasn't.
I
He
agree,
wasn't even RB2 anymore.
But those weeks before that, you were just like, he's completely worthless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was garbage until Flacco came in, and you're like, oh, okay, he's okay.
But yeah, what I mean though is that like I'm sure that there are some people who, based on the start of the season and trading him for what they got, who probably thought they won that trade, and then looking back, would have
Never
done
traded
better.
Players on the low.
Would have done better if they had just held on to Chase Brown. So good for him.
Yeah,
He's
trading
somebody
on the low like that.
I was
just
thinking about
never
this,
works out.
like ideas for next year. We should do that before we wrap up tonight. We should talk about next season, like guys that you're thinking about drafting already for next season. And to me, Chase Brown is one of those guys. Like I think he should.
So much depends on the offseason, though.
I don't think they're going to do like the way that team is strapped with money. And they're going to lose Trey Hendrickson. Like they're going to have to replace defense in like they're invested on offense and they're still young. Mm-hmm. So I can't imagine that they are going to spend a high enough draft pick, enough draft capital to scare me off of Chase Brown at all going into next season. To me, he's top 5.
Or free agent, or I don't know.
There's no way the free agency. There's no way they're paying T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Like there's no team that is currently paying 2 receivers $25+ million a year, other than the Bengals, and they have a $60 million a year quarterback. They can't. They cannot afford it. They can't afford to go. And I mean, who would it be? Who's the free agent? Jalen Warren?
That's funny. That was my thought too. Jalen Warren.
And would you take Jalen Warren over Chase Brown? I don't think I would.
No, but I would think that Jalen Warren would get
if he
10
went
touches
there.
a game.
If he went there, sure.
Yeah.
But I don't see why you would do that if you were the Bengals.
I think you have
it would
to
cost
have more
it
than
would cost
Chase
too much
Brown.
money. I think Jalen Warren would cost too much money for what he was going to give to you. Like the Bengals are cheap.
Yeah, I think
They're
Jalen
they're,
Warren's
they're a
gonna be,
cheap franchise.
$5 million a year.
I think he's going to get like 8 to 10. I think he's going to get Tony Pollard money.
No, Tony Pollard's on the upswing. I don't think Warren is right now. But
Warren's a year younger going into free agency than Tony Pollard was,
and it's 2 years later. I get it.
and less injury history. Pollard was also coming off of that destroyed ankle because like he had the horrific injury with the Cowboys, then he played one more year with the Cowboys but didn't look as good, then went into free agency at age 28.
Right.
So
Got more than he should have. I thought,
well, Pollard.
had
So
flashes, though.
Pollard is another guy. If you were somebody who held on to Tony Pollard and just
because
rode
the
Tony
beginning of the beginning of the season was devastating.
weeks,
It was
weeks
oh my
15,
God.
16, and 17 though. Tony Pollard was a stud.
He was
He-
yep.
he was
great.
He was a stud. It was at 14. I'm sorry, 14, 15, 16, 17, because he almost knocked me out of the playoffs with his career day. So yeah,
Ready to move on?
Yeah, what do we got next?
Colts at Texans. Colts are plus 10 over under 38.5, plus 410 if you're betting on the Colts, minus 550 if you're betting on the Texans. Is Rivers done?
Yeah, he's not going to start, and thank you for like starting off right there because that's the thing that I'm most interested in is the fact that Phillip Rivers is like 110 yards behind Ben Roethlisberger for 7th all time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either, but I saw it this week, and so I'm like, I don't root for injuries, but I really want Phillip Rivers to get in there and get that 110 yards and pass.
I think
Ben Roethlisberger.
America's with you on that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
I mean, just like it's kind of be neat to see.
Yes, and to me, Phillip Rivers looked better than like Joe Flacco.
Or at least as good.
Or,
you know what I mean?
like
And you're
Flacco's
just like,
arm.
wow.
Flacco looks like he's got more arm, but Rivers never had the cannon arm. Rivers always had like a goofy release, and it just kind of
He just looked smart out there.
Yes,
He just
he
looked
did.
smarter than most of the people on the field with him. And
Right, and he says that he's already said that he's going right back to the couch. He's not coming back next year. But like the way that the if you watch his tape, you know what he's done. Like someone's gonna want him to play backup quarterback next year.
I'd try to be recruiting him as a quarterback coach. You know what I mean?
At least.
Like-
At worst, he's your emergency quarterback.
right.
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
But I'd want him in my building.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Not
Yeah.
necessarily on the
He
field,
doesn't-
the
he
field, but
shouldn't
I'd
be-
want him in the building.
He's too good at football. He shouldn't be on the couch.
No, I agree.
You shouldn't be able to come
And he
back.
obviously wants to get away from those
You
10
should
kids.
not be able to come back after 5 years and play that well. Like
Agreed.
and actually
that's
like just look that much better than like 70% of the quarterbacks who played
truly
this year.
impressive feat.
Yeah.
Like just
Hats
impressive.
off.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, with him and Matt Stafford and Tom Brady, like it shows that if you can survive and
How old
get
is
that
Stafford?
old, he's in his
38?
40s now, I think.
No, he's
38.
38, I think.
He's not in his 40s yet. You can't put him in the same category.
Well, I'm saying he's an aged quarterback. 15 years now, something in the league.
17.
There you go.
17.
And all I'm saying is, if you, like the mental piece comes obviously later. Like if you can age
Yes.
well, the
Yes.
mental piece comes later.
Yeah,
I would
Just want to get
imagine-
15 years in.
quarterbacks play their sharpest, like mentally best looking football. Like they may not look the same physically as they did when they were 25, but when they're 35ish, like it looks like, man, they're just, you're not beating them mentally. You better get to them physically because
Right.
he is going to read your defense and he's gonna shred you.
Right. Yeah.
See if Mahomes makes it there.
Because even like Kirk Cousins, look at Kirk Cousins, 3 years ago. Because he's the same age. He's 36, 38. Cousins was 2013. He was 23 in 2013, so 36.
Okay. So dang it, he should be playing better.
Yes, he should. Yes, but he has looked better, and he's now a full year from the
37 years old.
from the Achilles. It's funny. Like we like in my household, we like Kirk Cousins ever since that quarterback series on Netflix.
Okay, yeah.
Matthew's
He's just-
37 years old.
He's just a fun dude. Like his wife dresses him.
Oh, what the hell?
Like,
I share a
on
birthday
his-
with him.
when
He's
his
3 years old.
Nice.
oh, that's cool.
I'm 3 years older than him.
his hobbies include like shopping at Barnes and Noble. Like he's a fun dude. Like one of those people that money didn't change, and he was just a dork, and he stayed a dork. So he's a likable guy. It would be good to see him go somewhere else next year and get another shot to play, like Arizona. That would be fun. Like if you went Kirk Cousins in Arizona, man.
You
Like
think that's going to be a thing? You
Dude,
don't think he's retiring?
No. Oh no. Why?
Too much money to be made.
Dude, he's
out
got
there,
another
huh?
contract in him. Kirk. That's one of that's another thing.
Much money.
Kirk Cousins, I think, is like top 10 all time earnings in NFL history.
Just every contract has just been like,
Yes, he's just milked that cow perfectly. Dude.
oh, absolutely perfectly. And even the 2 years that they franchised him, he's like, cool.
Like he's proof that
That's
you
more
don't-
money I thought I was
if
gonna
you
make.
just go out and play good football. You don't have to create a brand. You don't have to be loud. You know, like is the one like quote from Kirk Cousins ever is you like that
yeah.
from like 10 years ago.
Well, and it
you
was
know?
such a big deal because he was so animated and excited, and you never saw him that way, you know. And so that was part of it. And it's funny that he's got commercials going on.
So
about
according
that
to
now.
AI, Matthew Stafford is number one all-time quarterback earnings at 330 plus mil. Aaron Rodgers 305 to 310. Tom Brady 300. Russell Wilson at 280. Ben at 267.
Big Ben.
Ben,
Yeah.
wow, I can't believe he's still in there. That's surprising.
Well, a lot of these, you know, there's guys like Dak and Mahomes.
His
And-
all-time rank is 5 to 6 at 295 to 300 million,
yeah.
according to AI.
I knew it was top 10. It's it's absurd. Go Kirk. But yeah. So anyway,
Only one on that list without a Super Bowl ring.
There are openings, and there are definitely places where Phillip Rivers could go and make a difference next year, and I would like to see that happen. He's a fun guy to see at press conferences and stuff. And he's somebody who doesn't mince words. Like he'll tell you what's on his mind, and rather than giving you some PR quote. I feel really good about that call that I made. Like I think it was like 7 weeks ago or something like that. I said that I think Houston is the best team in this division, and I think they should win this division. Now they still need help. They'll need Jacksonville to lose, but I think that's going to happen. I think
Really?
yes, Houston's going to win this game. I don't think that's really
And
much of a
Jacksonville
question.
is 13.5 point.
Oh, yeah,
I believe.
No,
So,
it's Houston
but-
and Indy.
Sorry, no. I'm sorry. I know that Houston's going to win this game over Indy, but they need help with Jacksonville to lose against Tennessee.
Which is the game that's up next? It's Titans at Jags. Titans are plus 13.5. Over under is 47.5. Plus 550 if you're betting on the Titans. Minus 800 if you're betting on the Jags.
The Titans are playing good football,
They
man.
are.
And you know what?
Disrespectful line.
It is. And you know what? I said last week when we were talking about him that like Gunnar Helm and Chigo Okonkwo, the combination of it, if you could have merged them into one tight end, you'd have a top 5 tight end on the season. Like, and Okonkwo, it was a tight end. If it was one of those players, if you happened to have started him in the playoffs because Tyler Warren went down and you went to Chig, he saved you.
Yeah.
and he did, like, he pulled it off again last week. And I like I said, I think they're going to do it again this week. Their offense has looked great. Not good, great. They've looked great. Like they've been able to run the football with whichever running back they want. They've been able to beat you with whichever tight end they want to beat you with. The receivers are, they still need a number one
Right.
on that offense for sure. But they've got some tools. Like this looks like a fun team.
Right. And Jacksonville is one of those teams that you're just kind of like, they're going to drop the ball sometimes. You know what I mean? And
But Trevor Lawrence has played.
he's played very
at
well.
another
And-
level.
And so it is kind of disrespectful of us to be talking this way. But Tennessee has been playing good ball. They really have.
yeah.
And like I said, I've got to pick 9 going this week. And so, you're picking the 9 games you're most confident in, and I'm not picking this game. Even with Jacksonville being a 13.5 point favorite, I'm avoiding this game.
At home.
because
At home.
At
even.
home.
Yeah.
Like, I'm feeling what you're feeling here, that this could really be an upset. I don't think I could call that because it's like
It's week
Jacksonville's
18,
probably
so
gonna-
this is my one. This is
Right.
the one where I'm gonna get crazy.
But
and
I
I'm
think
gonna
this is
call it.
a 55-45 game, maybe a 60-40
Yeah.
game. When
It's definitely not
being-
80-20.
It's
60-40?
exactly when everyone's looking at it as an 80-20.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
And
I think you're talking like one tip pass, here or there, and just things you never know what could happen with momentum in games. Like things go the right way for Tennessee, and yeah, absolutely they can pull this game out.
I might have to take Tennessee in the points.
The points, I think,
this
for
week,
sure.
Yeah, if I'm betting.
But
I like that.
yeah, because I just don't. Trevor Lawrence has played great, but there isn't anybody in particular that I trust alongside of him. Is really
what
the
if
problem.
Jacksonville comes out and handles business? Like, what if they come out and they blow them out like they're supposed to, win by 25, 30 points? Like, does that make us have confidence in Jacksonville going into the playoffs?
No, they'll still lose to Buffalo next week.
That's hilarious. So it's safe to say there's not a lot of faith in
Well,
Jacksonville.
no.
I might
Sorry.
pick Jacksonville. over
Sorry,
Buffalo.
Duval.
Yeah, I'd want to see how the teams play this
Because it'd be
upcoming
at
week.
Jacksonville. It's going to be in Florida, so it's not a cold weather game, right?
No, it should be wet and rainy.
Yeah, but
Like, it should
Not
be soggy.
snow.
but not
It
snowing.
should be soggy. Is
Not
what is
snow.
not
what you
snowing
expect.
and negative.
And that's
12
another thing
in the
that
wind
like
chill.
I think that those types of conditions, like they kind of dumb the game down and tighten
Agreed.
the window.
Yeah, definitely make it less fun.
Yeah. I don't know about less fun. I mean,
Just make everything's more basic. Everything's depending on somebody
And,
else
like-
making a mistake. You don't get
sure,
the fun plays.
it's more about not making big mistakes
Yeah.
than it is about making spectacular plays.
right.
So next
So-
up, I think we all went Jacksonville.
I went Tennessee
okay.
because
That's a bold choice,
I'm
Cotton.
going Tennessee. It's not necessarily because I think that Tennessee is going to go in there and whip Jacksonville. It's because I believe that Houston is going to win that division. I have believed that for a very long time now. And,
It's funny because I always thought I was the Houston believer,
and
and then about week 7 or 8, I was just like, I guess they're just not as good as I thought they were. And then they go on this huge
and
run.
for me it was.
I would have
it's
ranked
funny.
Ken more of a Houston believer. He's been on him for like 3 years.
I like C.J. Stroud.
I have C.J. Stroud too, so I've been on him too. I've got C.J. Stroud in 2 leagues. I'm like,
For my chair, it's you. Not that you're not saying it. I'm just saying, of the two of you, he's been more on Jacksonville.
okay, I would have thought it was me, but that's fair.
All right, next up, Green Bay at Minnesota. Green Bay plus 9.5, over under 37.5, plus 360 if you're betting on the Packers, minus 470 if you're betting on the Vikings.
And this game means nothing for the Packers.
And the Vikings, especially the defense, has been playing good ball. And J.J. McCarthy's going to come out there and
The defense has been playing unbelievable.
right. That's what they're
They haven't allowed
Minnesota at times.
So they haven't allowed a passing touchdown since before Thanksgiving.
Right.
It's crazy.
yeah they've been and at the beginning of the year you thought Minnesota was this amazing team, and then they had 3 or 4 games that you were just like, I guess that defense wasn't as good as we thought. But now they're proving that they are. So that was what happened in those 3 or 4 games.
And I think probably what it was is like there had to have been some momentum loss, some steam loss within their building, when their offense was just like a college level offense.
yeah,
kinda
you're right. There had to be some
coming out of
pretty
the gate.
depressing weeks over there. Yeah.
Right? And so from a fantasy perspective, I was never high on like Justin Jefferson or Aaron Jones or Jordan Addison or TJ Hawkinson this year,
Right.
because I was never a believer in JJ McCarthy. And it's really funny. Like I still feel like he's proven me right.
So
And,
far this year, he
and
has.
someone I saw this this little post, and it was the Vikings have found it was JJ McCarthy's stats over the last 3 games, and it shows the stats, and it was like 575 passing yards, 5 touchdowns and 2 interceptions or something like that. And it's like, okay, he almost has two touchdowns per game, but he also has less than 200 yards per game and almost an interception per game. And like their defense is playing phenomenal in those weeks. And like the best thing to me you can say about him is that he's done a fantastic job of turning short fields into points. Like,
and honestly, that's what they want. I mean, honestly, at the beginning of the season, that's what they wanted out of JJ, and they do. And they
don't
couldn't
turn the
get
ball
that.
over. Right.
Don't turn the
Yeah.
ball over and get points when we give you these short fields.
But he
just wasn't doing it.
and
at the
he
beginning
looks
of the season.
just
And now
horrific.
he is.
Like, but still, to me, he's looked a little bit better. But it's still the same problem that I had with him coming out of college, and that's that he only throws the ball one speed. He throws fastballs, and that's it. There's no finesse,
I understand.
to his game. It's very frenetic and violent, like the way that the ball leaves his arm and the way that he is in the pocket. He's not very he doesn't seem to have very strong pocket presence because he's a good scrambler.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the ability to still put some mustard on the ball when he's running, but he's even less accurate on the run than he is in the pocket. That being said, I expect the Vikings to win this game because I just don't expect the Packers to really show up.
Well, yeah, Packers are kind of sitting everybody.
they are.
And Vikings want to win.
And hey,
playing everybody.
Hey, how about cheers to the people who started Malik Willis in fantasy weekend, in championship weekend? 31 points, I believe, and 6 point per passing touchdown.
He didn't start that game, did he?
Malik Willis? Yeah.
Didn't Love start the game, then
No.
Willis took over?
No, that was week before.
Oh.
No, this was the backup bowl because we were talking about
Oh,
which
that's
quarterback
right,
which
that's
quarterback was better, and I was like, well, Malik Willis is trending towards Tyler Huntley status, but he ain't there yet, and he kind of got there this last weekend. So that would be the X factor in this game is if Malik Willis has another outstanding game. And actually, I think he might have got hurt. So I might be sounding like an idiot right now. He might be already ruled out of this game.
I don't think so.
But I would rather have Malik Willis on my roster than J.J. McCarthy. If I was an NFL executive, based on what I have seen, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I think it's yet to be seen because
He's
at
questionable,
this
right?
point in Willis's career, Willis looked pretty bad. You know what I mean? Like his first couple of years.
He was in a bad spot,
was
though. He was
god-awful.
in a really bad spot. He was that who was running things in Tennessee while he was when he got drafted?
Remember.
Was that that wasn't Arthur Smith era, was it?
It might have been.
Offense? I believe it was. I think Arthur Smith was his offensive coordinator when he got drafted.
Okay, so he is questionable with a hamstring.
Yeah.
And he's a running quarterback.
Yeah.
That is not a good situation.
What were his passing numbers last week? I actually believe that he had a pretty good game passing wise.
He was 18 for 21. So, I mean, nice accuracy there. 288 and 1.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. But he also had 9 rushing attempts for 60 yards.
Yeah.
And 2 touchdowns.
Right.
So if he doesn't have those,
Right.
if he doesn't have the ability to make those
I agree.
plays,
I agree.
he probably doesn't throw
100%.
for 288
100%.
yards either.
And if he doesn't play, then I give the Packers a 0% chance to win this game.
Yeah.
But if Willis does play, they kind of have a puncher's chance.
With the hamstring, though?
If he plays, I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Honestly, if he plays, I'm not worried about it. That's just,
Yeah. Definitely taking Minnesota there.
Well, you're talking about
I am taking Minnesota in my pick
when you're
now.
talking about when you're talking about a hamstring, like it's like you're either gonna go on it or you're not gonna go on it, and either like it's gonna pop on you or it's not. It's not really one of those. You're gonna feel it, but it's not one of those things that's gonna stop you from running fast. It's just you just know it's there.
All right, next up is Cowboys at Giants. Cowboys -3.5, over-unders 49.5, -185 for betting on the Cowboys, +154 if you're betting on the Giants.
I already said earlier, this is a week my Cowboys are taking the dive.
You really think Jerry Jones wants to take dives?
He's too old for that. He's like, I want to see him win whenever they can.
I really think Jerry Jones will do just about anything that puts the Cowboys on the news tomorrow morning. And if we're talking, and if we're talking about like even if we're questioning their ethics, as like that's the top story of the day is we're questioning the ethics of tanking in the NFL because the Cowboys tanked so hard against the Giants and caused them to get the number 2 pick instead of the number 1 pick. Absolutely, I think Jerry Jones is in on that.
Yeah, I can see that.
100%.
Yeah. You know your owner. You're right. You ain't wrong.
Based on the moves they've made this week, I would be very surprised if the Cowboys don't lose this game by 14 or more points.
Dang.
Jackson Dart's going to go out and he's going to play football.
It does feel that way, and the Giants have said that they're going to come out and play football and play to win the game.
And Mike Kafka is auditioning for another job.
And Jackson Dart is trying to get Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean they have all the motivation on that side.
And they're already not in the driver's seat for the number 1 pick.
So this was going to be like a pick 'em for me. I wasn't sure which way to go, but now that you're telling me Dallas is sitting their players, which I did not think was the case, then that's Giants are highly motivated and have the players out there.
I'm going to pick the Cowboys.
Woo!
Maybe I'll switch on Sunday if I remember to look and see if Dallas Cowboys were sitting players or not.
If I think about it in week 18.
But as of right now, I'm going to go Cowboys. Next up is Jets at Buffalo. Jets are plus 7.5. Over unders 37.5. Plus 330 if you're betting on the Jets, and minus 7.5 if you're betting on the Bills. Minus 426.
So here we have the Jets who are not trying to win. They want to lose. And then we have Buffalo, who isn't really trying to win because they don't care. So it's like, well,
just throw the football up.
Right? Do we really want to play this game, guys? Can we just call it a tie and go home?
Well, I think the Bills and the Chargers are still playing for seeding.
I think so too, actually. Both of them are
now, and the Bills
haven't they said that they're sitting there? The
Chargers are. The Chargers are sitting Herbert.
Right. And are they sitting Allen this week?
I'm not. I haven't seen that.
All right.
Buffalo and Chargers are both 11-5.
Yeah, I had not seen that, but to me it doesn't matter if Buffalo does because they have
superior talent on their side.
And and not like he's gonna come in and blow the doors off anybody, but Trubisky has looked good in the times where he's played in Josh Allen's stead. Excuse me.
And it looks like if Bills win, Chargers are likely going to lose because they're going to play against
at Denver, who's playing for the number 1 seed.
And so the number 5 seed is going to probably play Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So
Bills
are playing to play against Pittsburgh,
and they like playing against Pittsburgh. Man, Josh Allen loves to play against Pittsburgh.
I think they'll probably go out there and try.
And it looks like Allen's definitely going to start because he's got a start record on the line. So how much we see of him?
Here we go. So Josh Allen starts the game. They get to 14-0, and then they pull him.
That's what it's looking like to me.
Okay.
Is they
but they'll win.
The starters might play for a quarter and a half, and then like a preseason game. They'll
lock up enough points to win.
And
the game.
will that be enough? Yeah, no, it's
against the Jets, probably.
Against the Jets, it probably will be because, like I say, they're trying to lose too. And Breece Hall, he's got to be like, my groin, I can't play this week. Like, why would he want to play this week? All he can do is hurt his.
Here's why. Because the Bills are the worst defense in the NFL, yards per carry. So it is the last time that he will be able to put up tape for the next team that he plays for. So if Breece Hall goes out and has like 203 touchdowns, he will make himself a lot of money.
But didn't he just come off a really good game? Didn't he?
Well, stack it then. That's all. That's what I'm saying. That is. So now, if this was a game where it was at Denver, at New England, I would agree with you. But this is a juicy matchup where the other team isn't going to be trying that hard. This is a good opportunity for you to like make a bunch of money. That is, if I'm Breece Hall, that's my motivation. Like,
And well, I guess it depends.
Excuse me. If I'm Breece Hall's agent, that is my. That's how I'm talking. Come on, Bobby.
You can do this.
I don't know if you there's a new movie on I think it's on Netflix and it stars George Clooney and Adam Sandler, and Adam Sandler plays like his longtime agent / handler, and it's funny seeing him in that.
I should watch that.
It's
I
good.
saw the
I shouldn't say it's good.
the trailer.
It's a
for it.
real slow burn. Adam Sandler is really good in it.
Adam Sandler is good in a lot of things people don't give him credit for.
I agree.
I loved him in Spanglish. I loved him in Punch Drunk Love. Like, there's quite a few films.
And then he
there.
didn't have to do anything else because he set himself up so well, and he was able to just like get all his friends paid.
Oh yeah, had his own production company, and
Yeah,
he's living the dream.
he's had a beautiful life.
exclusively on Netflix. It seems like now, and it's on Netflix.
He
pisses
was
him
one of the
off.
first people to do that and cash in. And Netflix came to with a truckload of money, and he was like, "Yes, I will."
Sure.
Like other people were like,
Back it in.
and he was like, "Yeah." People like
Dump it right here.
him and Rogan, because Rogan made all that money off. He was one of
Spotify.
he was not Spotify, the specials, the Netflix specials.
Oh, okay.
Rogan did?
Oh, dude,
When he was doing the
Rogan made like fucking 20 million plus on Netflix specials. It was insane.
It's funny because he's not even that good as a comedian.
it's funny because I went and saw him in Fresno, and I
He's
was
a-
just like,
It's really funny to me because Rogan is he is a funny dude. He is a funny guy, but I don't think he's a funny comedian.
stand up isn't his medium.
No, and it's so funny to me because like he is like I believe like if you asked him what he would want like
Yo, busy.
first,
What's up?
like in
Busy.
his obituary and stuff like that, like beyond being a good father and stuff, a family person, he would want you to say comedian, right? Like
Seems like it. Yeah.
then mixed martial art enthusiast, but first I believe above that would be comedian. And
I think he's pretty proud of his podcast
the way
career too.
every time he talks about the podcast, he talks about it like I don't even know what happened. Like I can't believe this thing is the way that it is. It blows my mind.
Right, but I think that's
But
pretty significant.
right, but I still know, dude. The way like
Not
'cause
to him.
listening to his podcast, when you hear him talk about comedy, and he uses the word bit, and the way that he's very serious about comedy and the craft of comedy.
Have you been there, Bezzy? Have you been there? I'm.
Merry Christmas, Happy New year, buddy.
Yeah, same.
If I were to go to Houston, I would have to check out his comedy club. Like that would be a must.
I haven't been
If you can
there
get in, kinda thing.
since he moved to Texas, but yeah, Houston's a fun place.
I was gonna say any comedy club, man. That's like if I've got good money where I'm retired and can just kind of do whatever I want, like hanging out once or twice a month in a comedy club and checking
That's
things
a good
out.
time.
That would be friggin' cool for me. I love that. I love comedians are brilliant. You have to be smart to be a comedian, and so I don't know. I really kind of recognize even the comedians that were just so or whatever. Like as long as they're not flat out bad,
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. Like I can get in. I can vibe with them, and I can usually see where they're coming from, and I enjoy it. It's just comedy is just a fun, especially stand up.
That's a good night out.
Yeah,
It's hard to be disappointed
absolutely.
when you go, like if you're going out for the night and you're going out to a comedy show, like dinner and a comedy show, you're having a good time.
Absolutely.
You're definitely going to have
Dude,
like,
and if I can go see Dave Chappelle sometime before I die,
yeah. I
seeing
saw
Dave Chappelle live would be freaking cool.
I saw Bill Burr last year.
Oh, nice.
And it was fun because Fresno is a smaller venue, you know, and he was definitely trying some stuff. Like he'd even brought his notes with him. Like had his
Gotcha.
had a page of notes in his pocket, and like and it was funny too because I remember at some point someone made some kind of COVID joke, or they made some joke. No, it wasn't a COVID joke. It was a like hot topic of the week joke, and then like 5 minutes later, he was reading his page. Oh, hey, I got a joke for that. It was like casual, but it was fun. It was a good time, and he heckled some people that were like close to me and Roxana, that were like they just wouldn't sit down. There were like 6 people that were trying to figure out whose seats were what, and they were just like standing there and not sitting down. And he gave them like probably 30 seconds, and then he just started talking shit to them. It was pretty funny, dude.
The only comedian I went to go see was Chris Rock, and it wasn't that good. It was at the Palace, actually.
Well, yeah. I always depend.
And I was like
to me,
20 years ago.
when it comes to shows like that, whether it's a music show or a comedy show, the venue to me matters. Like, you got to take the venue, like
do the small venue, yeah.
Well, not it's not just that. You have to take their performance with a grain of salt because of where we live. We're not.
I see what you're saying.
They don't have to put on their best show. Like this, like I was saying, Bill Burr was working some stuff out for probably like a special coming up or something like that. And whereas like if he was sold out, at like the Hollywood Bowl or something like that, probably getting a more like buttoned down performance.
And I guess that's what I was saying is that the smaller venue, you get a different and it's such a different experience as a person in the audience. I just recently took my kids to like this year they've been introduced to concerts, and they just absolutely fell in love. And all the concerts they had gone to up to this point were bigger concerts, big shows, you know what I mean, stadium seating, And this was a 1,200 person show, so it's sold out. So it's just this confined club, you know what I mean, with 1,200 people shoved in it. And it was just a different experience for them. And even though this was a smaller band and everything else, this was their favorite show ever because, I mean, they got down in the pit. They got to experience a mosh pit for the first time and everything, and just they got to be 20 feet from these singers, from the band, and that's just a different experience than a stadium at some point. And so even if you're getting different material, different whatever, that smaller venue, man, there's just something about it. I saw lead singer of the Black Crowes. I saw him in Visalia in an up close show. And just seeing somebody at that professional level, even though I didn't know the songs, because he was trying stuff out, and he was doing his solo career and doing something, trying out new songs. But just seeing somebody of that talent caliber up close just is a different feeling, man. It's just, if you ever have the chance, like those up close shows are special.
I'll make it happen at some point. Next up is Lions at Bears. Lions are +3, over-unders 50.5, +136 if you're betting on the Lions, -162 if you're betting on the Bears.
Man, if you had bet before the season that the Lions and the Chiefs would both be done by Christmas,
could have made some good money.
Could have made some good,
some good odds on that.
Yeah. Your friends that were Lions fans and Chiefs fans would have paid you handsomely.
Oh, man. The bookies would have paid you handsomely.
Yeah, you could have. You could have gone to Vegas and they would have they would have created a bet for you.
They call it the sucker bet.
Yeah. So it's unbelievable, but I feel like the Bears finish the job and put the stake in their coffin and lock up that 2 seed in the NFC.
Maybe I just
It's
don't
too good,
see the
'cause then
Bears as that team, and I see the Lions
They've
coming
got
out
they
for
got
blood
it
right now.
The Lions put it on them early in the season, put a 50 burger on them in Detroit, and so this is time to for a little revenge. And Ben Johnson is definitely that guy, and so I kind of think the Bears are going to smash them in this game.
Wow, I'm taking Detroit. I like the Lions.
Really, I'm taking the Bears.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears.
All right.
Next up, hold on. Next up is Chargers at Denver.
Yeah, this is another one of those non-games. They're not going to start Herbert.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a matter of
why wouldn't they start Herbert?
They don't want to get him hurt.
They don't. Yeah, they don't care whether they're the 5 or the 6.
Means
Okay.
nothing.
Well, it's a plus 13.5 point spread, so on the Chargers. So
To them, so it's the difference between going to Pittsburgh or going to Houston.
Damn, you don't want to go to Pittsburgh. Shit.
I'd rather go to Pittsburgh than Houston.
I'm kidding. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So
I
it's
know.
interesting. So it is a little interesting.
I
that
do
they're not
feel like
trying
my
to win.
team can come alive somehow. I
But,
still
or
have
maybe
hope,
they want revenge. But yeah, I think you're going to see Chargers versus Texans round 3 next week because they had the playoffs last year, and then the Texans just bullied them last week. And if everything works out the way that I think it's going to work out, they'll be playing again next week.
So that's funny. So Houston wins this week. They're going to play again next week,
If Houston wins the division,
right?
they will.
Oh, but that okay.
So
okay,
Jacksonville
but
needs to lose.
Jacksonville has to lose.
So
Okay, okay.
yes, otherwise we're talking about them going to Jacksonville,
Okay.
and that is a team that they, if you remember 2 years ago, came back. Was it 27-0, something like that?
Nah.
Jacksonville was up and lost that wild card game.
I don't remember that, but that seems like something Jacksonville can do.
You don't remember that game?
No.
Really? Yeah, nighttime wild card game 2 years ago, Chargers versus.
Yeah. If it's more than a year ago, man.
Wow. Oh yeah, Brian's pretty old. And real quick, I want to say, I feel very very smart about R.J. Harvey this season. Like, I feel like I was not in on him in draft season, and because I'm just like in dynasty, I have a very shallow opinion of 24-year-old running backs as they come out into
Right,
you know
right.
and that's just the dynasty thing.
You should have 2 NFL seasons under your belt by now. What are you doing? You know?
3
If you're good,
yeah. So yeah, I wasn't super high on him, but he was somebody that I paid more and more attention to. Liked what I saw in training camp and in preseason, and was in on him in draft season, and he was another guy that was on my championship team. It was somebody that I held on to all the way through the J.K. Dobbins situation, because it was, and it's like you don't want to bet on injuries, but J.K. Dobbins is one of those cursed players that just like
He does seem like a cursed player.
you just
Like every time it's like, oh, look at that, he's come back from. Oh,
yeah,
every time. And it's
and-
funny because I always bet on him because I see the talent in him. And so I'm always picking him up cheap, going, oh look, and even this year it's like, oh, I'm a genius for picking up J.K. Oh shoot, he got hurt again.
So yeah, great rookie season from R.J. Harvey.
So what do you think he is next year?
Harvey?
Yeah, like what number running back off the board do you think?
Oh, top 12.
Think so.
Yeah, I think that's.
So you think he's going to have a good postseason here and show out a little bit?
I do.
Okay.
I do. And so he already did for fantasy wise, like fantasy. So in terms of fantasy, players don't really pay that much attention to the actual NFL playoffs, and when they're dealing with projections and where they're drafting players next year. It's interesting. It's very very rare that a player has a great postseason and then gets a bump. Like even I remember when Gabe Davis had that 4-touchdown game against the Chiefs, the Grim Reaper game where the Chiefs like scored. They took a kickoff with like 12 seconds and scored on the Bills and stole that playoff game.
Okay.
Gabe Davis scored 4 touchdowns in that game and was 23 years old.
I remember that.
And it did nothing for him.
He's a different player, though.
well, but I'm just saying, like, he had a good postseason. All I'm saying is that guys that didn't already have a good regular season, like, in terms of fantasy, it tends to not matter that much if a player breaks out in the postseason if he didn't already have a great regular season. And to just finish that, R.J. Harvey had a fantastic fantasy postseason.
Okay, and the way I was going to put it, I was going to say his year is building. Like he started very slow, but
He did-
right around mid-season or so, he's started to build steam. He started to really gain control of
There
that.
was one game that he had. I felt that was a super. I started him against the Cowboys in like week 6 or something like that, and he only had like 9 touches, but he scored twice, and he had like he had like 25 fantasy points. And I was like, wow, this if this actually happens where he gets the workload, this is going to be great, and it was. It was everything that you hoped it would be and more. I think he had a very Devon Achane finish to his season. You couldn't the last 6 weeks of the year they would have been indistinguishable if you lined up RJ Harvey's his finishes versus Achane's. It would have been very difficult to figure out who was who.
And since Achane had such an impressive year, it's a nice stat.
Yes. So
All right.
what's next, buddy?
Next up is Dolphins at the Patriots. Dolphins are plus 11.5. Over under is 45.5. Plus 490 if you're betting on the Dolphins. Minus 675 if you're betting on the Patriots.
And this is the other side of that number 1 seed battle.
Patriots.
And did you watch? Like I didn't. I actually had no intention of watching that the Patriots Jets game, but I had to afterwards because the scoreboard had to have blown up in that game. The Patriots were scoring so fast. Was it 42 points in the first half?
I can't remember, but it was pretty funny.
It was
comical.
Unbelievable.
Like I couldn't believe that Drake May started the third quarter. I was just like,
Why?
Why are
Yeah.
you still in the game?
for stats.
Well, yeah, he's trying to get MVP. That's why.
And so I feel like he'll play longer into this game than Josh Allen will against the Jets for that reason.
To get
and,
that,
yeah, to have a solid.
just to guarantee the win, get 2 or
Have a
3 more
solid finish, yeah.
touchdowns, and that will
But
probably
yeah,
get him the MVP. Honestly, because who else is going to touch him?
I-
honestly, I thought it was going to be Stafford's this year, but he's
He's
kind
had a
of
couple
fell
bad
off.
games the last couple weeks. Or last few
fell
weeks.
off. So he's not going to get it, and I think it's got to be May. I don't know who else it can be really.
The other guy's Nix. Bo Nix is somebody that
He's
people
not
talk
been
about.
good.
He has been good when it's mattered. Like if you that's the thing.
I got to
is,
look at his stats for the year.
if you just pulled up like fourth quarter stats for quarterbacks, Bo Nix would look ridiculous.
But that's not a thing, so
It is on television.
I don't know. I've just been kind of disappointed with Bo Nix this year. Like he seems like he's.
I'm
been
pretty sure
disappointed.
fantasy wise he finished top 5.
Definitely started slow, and it's just been very hit or miss.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Lamar Jackson like.
19, 15, 43,
Yeah.
32, 23, 9, 12, 19, 15, 37, 18, 20.
Lamar Jackson like, very Lamar Jackson
Yeah.
like. Yeah.
Well, not this year.
Early Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I was going to say not this year, maybe last year Lamar Jackson.
Early,
Not this year.
early, like the last
Early
couple.
this year, you mean?
No, early in his career. But
Oh. Okay, yeah.
the last couple of years, Lamar Jackson's been much more consistent, where his low games are like 18.
Right. But this year it's been.
But yeah, it's been bad.
Is
This year
he
was bad.
falling
This
off?
was.
Is he
I don't-
done?
I don't think so. I think he's just hurt. I would love to invest in him, Dynasty.
Yeah.
I would love to invest in Lamar.
I'd be trying to get as much as I could for him, honestly.
Oh. Well, if that, hey, I hope so. I'm gonna start making some trades then. I pulled off. I traded going into week 16. No, actually, I think it was going into the championship game. Just before the championship game, I traded with one of the guys. It's a league where I'm tanking. The guy was in championship. I traded him, and he wasn't going to start Jared Goff. And I traded him Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson. Man, I can't remember the other player.
It's just funny because Michael Wilson's the guy I'd be trying to attain, not trade away right now.
In Dynasty?
Yeah.
Oh no, Marvin Harrison is the number one, and when Marvin Harrison is there, he's non-existent. And then there's Trey McBride. So Trey McBride is just a beast. Trey McBride is the best option on that team to get the football
Okay,
to.
yes. No, Trey McBride is
And I don't think that's going to change. I don't think he's
But
going to
Harrison
I don't think he's going
is
to surpass Harrison either.
disappointing. He's
Fantasy wise, he has been disappointing. But if you actually watch him on the field, he's everything that you want.
Yeah?
Yeah, he is. It's just, I mean, to me, it was just a bad fit. Like and he's another person that if people are down on Marvin Harrison, you should be investing in Marvin Harrison. I think.
Well,
I still
and if
think
that's the case, if Harrison is that good, and Michael
I think
Wilson
he is.
is obviously a lot better than people thought he was, and you got McBride,
They have good
and
pieces.
you've got your quarterback leaving,
yeah.
Wow.
Kirk Cousins, baby. I'm telling you.
What an amazing spot for a quarterback
Yeah.
to land.
Or Mac Jones is one of those two.
Yeah,
I
can see
feel
Mac
like
Jones
is,
get another chance too.
yeah. Mac Jones had a great season for
but
San
yeah,
Francisco.
whoever lands there is going to have a really good chance at success.
Man,
Nice.
it was Tracy. That's what it was. I traded Michael Wilson, Tyrone Tracy, and a third, and I got Jared Goff.
And this is
in
in a
Superflex.
super flex, yeah.
And so I get to pair Jared Goff.
How old
with
is Goff?
31?
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
No, you got at least 4 or 5 more years of him.
Yeah, and you play in 3-year windows in Dynasty. So.
Yep.
Yeah, and I feel like they'll have a much better year next year than they did this year.
Agreed.
So next up is KC versus Las Vegas. KC's minus 5.5.
Wow, are you chuckling?
This is a difficult
Over
one to
under is
pick.
36.5, minus 278 if you're betting on the Chiefs, plus 225 if you're betting on the Raiders. I'm chuckling because Raiders is the obvious team out there that's just
Trying to
not
get to number one.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah,
not
they
trying.
sat people, shut
Yeah.
them down for the season, going into week 17. And
Is Genty playing?
the Chiefs are still playing for pride.
Yes.
You know, they have guys that this could be their last game. As you know, it's like the end
Kelsey.
of it. It's the end of it's the end of an era over in Kansas City. There's definitely going to be. It's like, to me, it's if you you know, as an old guy, I remember the middle of the Brady Belichick era, you know, and there was some shifting. There was a change. There was a definite changing of the guard when they lost guys like Willie McGinnis and Vrabel and
Well, and I think there's a big conscious
Brewski and-
change once your quarterback gets a little older. You know what I mean? You consciously go from like the Chiefs have not been investing a ton into their offensive line.
Right.
Like
They need to
they
now.
haven't been ignoring it, but hasn't been their focus.
right.
It's either been their defense or their receivers or whatever it's been, and it's worked for them because Mahomes has that escapability. Because he
Not
can get
only
out
have
of the
they not
pocket,
been
because-
investing, they traded away Joe Tooney.
right. So
after last
now,
year.
after this injury, I really think that everything's going to change, and it's all going to be starting to invest in that offensive line to protect Mahomes.
You have to.
And now you've got that veteran Mahomes,
And that was another thing that the Patriots. That was one of the things the Patriots did do was they continued to invest in their offensive line, and that offensive line for basically the entire time that Brady was there was a elite unit.
right. And if you have an elite passing quarterback, that's what you need to do. I think that's the formula.
Right, and they're heavily invested in Patrick Mahomes for the next decade almost.
Oh, how could you not be? Yeah.
Right. Well, they literally are though. His
yeah.
contract is. I think he's still under contract for like another 8 years. So
Is
you
it that long?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He signed a 10-year contract a couple years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
For $1 billion or what?
It's funny because at the time it was.
I'm not even kidding.
It was a
That's gotta
ridiculous
be
amount of money,
close.
but it was only no. He's actually like a middling in terms of like being paid. I think he's right around top 10.
Right. But everything's guaranteed. And
Right. But they're getting a deal on Mahomes now because they're getting him at like 45 a year.
Right. They overpaid him at first, and now they're
Yes.
underpaying him.
Right,
For
right.
That's how those contracts work.
So, a lot of pride there. They still are a pretty talented team, but man, they have looked bad. They have looked really bad.
They have, but I'm going to take them here.
I am
I mean, the Raiders, this is actually normally kind of a rivalry game that's
Yeah.
hard to predict, but not this year.
And the Raiders want to lose.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's not a lot going into this. Yeah. Raiders lose again. Good on you guys.
Squad has all been fucking moved up. I'm just joking. Washington at Eagles is
Not
next
really.
up. Washington
Not really, right?
plus 4.5. Over under is 38.5. Plus 185 for betting on the Commanders. Minus 225 for betting on the Eagles. in this non-game.
I was gonna say.
The Eagles are still playing for the number 2.
Okay, so they kind of have something to play
It's-
for. Have they
what
said they're
time
playing all the
is
players?
Are they playing at the same window as the Bears?
No, 1:25 Pacific Standard Time. Bears are yeah, they are.
Okay, so then I think you're going to get the best game from the Eagles. Although it's interesting.
Hold up. The Eagles expected to rest Jalen Hurts
Okay, I don't think that matters.
and most starters.
Tanner McKee has looked pretty good.
And most
I
starters.
don't care. I still don't care.
Okay, I'm just saying.
The Commanders are terrible.
Okay.
The only thing is that
But they're probably not terrible.
there
just
was some
2s and 3s.
There was some. No, they're pretty terrible.
Okay.
See,
Yeah,
we're gonna find
I
out
was
that.
like, I wouldn't bet on it.
They are. I mean,
I mean, you might be right. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this is one I'm just back away from slowly. I don't want to touch this game. It's a piece of crap game. No, thank you.
No, I'm with you. I don't want to. I mean,
Yeah.
I hate both of these teams.
but you do seem to be confident in Philly. Where
I do think.
and anytime you're not playing the starters,
Tanner
I'm not
McKee
confident.
has played good football, and to me, I know who the guys are that are going to step in for AJ Brown and Devonta Smith and Dallas Goedert, and I would take them over what Washington's going to throw out.
Who's the Washington starter this week? Quarterback?
It should be Mariota.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they shut down. What's his?
I thought
Or is
Mariota was
Mariota
hurt.
hurt?
Yeah, I thought Mariota was hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt too. I don't know.
That's why I was asking. I was
Is it
like,
Josh Johnson? Is that who it is? Is that who's over there? Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot who it is that's over there. But yeah, give me Philly. Philly's at home.
Yeah, Mariota is out.
Yeah.
Josh Johnson, yes, as the presumed starter,
Yeah, he's terrible.
which is why they're starting him.
He's really bad.
Yeah, they're going for draft position, so fair enough.
Next up is Rams at Cardinals. Cardinals are plus 8.5. Over under is 46.5. Plus 330 if you're betting on the Cardinals. Minus 425 if you're betting on the Rams.
You know, Josh Johnson has been in the league as long as Matthew Stafford.
His paychecks have been smaller, but they've come a lot easier.
Yeah.
So what I have, according to AI, is the Rams are planning to start their starters.
Yeah, they're playing for the 5 seed.
For momentum building. No, I don't think they'd lose the 5 seed no matter what.
No, they can.
Yeah, they can.
If
but
they lose in the if they lose, the Seahawks get the 5 seed.
No, they already lost. They already lost the 5 seed.
they'll know by their kickoff.
They'll know by the that's what it is.
Yes.
They'll know by kickoff whether or not they have something to play for, because if the Seahawks win, then the Rams cannot get the 5 seed. It would go to the 49ers. If the Seahawks lose and the Rams win, the Rams will get the 5 seed.
Seahawks are still 13-3.
They're 13.
Rams are 11-5. So even
Am
if
I
they
wrong?
won,
Oh,
still,
you're. What am I?
They're
It's
number
the
6.
I'm sorry, it's the Niners. Yeah. So if the Seahawks win, that's what it is. So they can push the Niners down to the 6th seed. That's got to be what it is.
And basically, McVay
Yeah,
has said he
that's
doesn't
possible,
care. He doesn't care either way. He's starting his starters because they need to build
momentum build
momentum
and correct things.
like they've lost 2 in a row. They need to get things going, and so they are starting their starters. I would say for at least their first half, confidently. Second half, if it goes one way or the other, watch out. But
And Jacoby Brissett finally turned into a pumpkin. So
yeah,
the Cardinals
yeah, proved
offense
that he's a backup.
has
starter.
faded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going Rams. Last up is Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Baltimore's minus 4.5. Over under is 41.5. Minus 205 if you're betting on the Ravens. Plus 170 if you're betting on the Steelers.
You know, I feel like we've talked about this one a little bit, but I will say that Pittsburgh is built to beat Baltimore, if that makes sense. Like that, like this is our main rivalry every year. Like going into the year, we know this is the team that we have to beat to get to win our division. And so we're going to be ready for Derrick Henry.
How do you get ready for Derrick Henry? You just practice tackling a refrigerator?
Before last week, it looked real easy. Derrick Henry hasn't had that much of a season before last week.
I disagree with that.
Again, maybe
If-
I could definitely have my impressions
if
wrong.
you
but
go
let me
look at
up.
him, look at it game by game, and look at his yards.
But it
per
definitely
carry.
hasn't
Derrick
been
Henry,
a last year status. That's
Derrick
for sure.
Henry hasn't had a great season because the offense around him hasn't been very good, and they've been off the field
and,
a lot.
and we're
They've,
comparing him to last year.
they've
but
been behind a lot, but even compared to last year, he's still going to have a much better finish than Saquon Barkley.
It's funny. He started the year with 29, and his last game was 45. So if you look at his bookends, fantastic. But everything in
But
between
look at the fantasy
is
playoffs.
is
Look,
a lot
look at
different.
look at the fantasy playoffs. He's been a very reliable guy for you.
Week 16, 22, and week 15, 10. So, and then championship week 45. So, that 10 week, as long as you got past that, then he's looked good. But even before that, you're talking 11, 17, 22, 20, 11, 13, 19, 14, 9, 7, 10, 2.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But
So he's definitely not the Derrick Henry of last year. And he's
But to
he's
me,
definitely-
that's not Derrick. But if you look at what he's actually doing, like carries, yardage, yards per carry, touchdowns, he still scored 16 touchdowns this year. Like, he is still Derrick Henry. The Baltimore offense around him just hasn't been as good. And last week they said, "Hey, what if we just give it to Derrick Henry?"
Right.
And he was like, "Got you, bro."
Right.
and to me, I have not seen anything. And even if you watch Derrick, so like I pointed out Christian McCaffrey, how 2 years ago his top speed was over 21 miles an hour, and this year his top speed is under 18. Derrick Henry still gets to 21.5 miles an hour at 31 years old. Like, it's still like, if Derrick Henry busts through your line and has like an angle, you're still not catching him and you're not tackling him. You have to get him behind the line. And the Steelers haven't been as good at that this year.
They've been
Now,
much better the
last
second
couple
half of the year.
weeks, something like Cameron Hayward has taken, some PEDs or something. I don't know. But because at 38, you shouldn't be able to
He's
just
definitely
like
been looking good. Yeah.
if 38, you shouldn't be at like 38 and 300 plus pounds. You shouldn't be able to just flip a switch in December and play like you're 25 again.
Dude.
But that's what's happened.
Did you see that run he had?
And
That was so,
I did.
so good.
Yeah, and Cameron Hayward has been
His
one of
quarterback
my favorite,
sneak.
he's been one of my favorite Steelers for a long time. I'm a big fan of Cam Hayward. And if he has a game like that, and I think to me that's where this game is going to be won. It's essentially Cam Hayward versus Derrick Henry. If like you are able to win up front,
I'd put Mr. TJ in there too.
TJ Watt is not a run stopper really. He's an edge setter. He's a
changer.
good edge setter. Like, he's very good at stopping you from going wide on his edge and pushing you back inside. But he's not really like he
finds a way to
he's
make a
not to me.
difference,
He's
man.
not Reggie White. He's not like Michael Strahan. He's not built that way. TJ Watt's like 250 pounds. He's like, if Josh Allen wanted to stiff arm him, he could.
I'd like to see that. But
Me too. And you know what? We'll probably see it next week
in playoffs.
because the Steelers probably will win this game. I expect them to win this game.
I think so, too.
And so that's my pick. But that's because I expect the Ravens to be as stupid as they've been all season and not rely on Derrick Henry as much as they should. I feel like if they gave the ball to Derrick Henry 30 times,
But they're going to do it 10 times in the first quarter, not have success and get away from it.
right?
Is what
And
you're
that's
saying.
that's never been the recipe of success for Derrick Henry.
Right.
It's like he's one of those guys. You want to make sure you keep the defense honest early, and then you really start hammering them in the third quarter and the fourth quarter. They just quit, and he doesn't. And so if Derrick Henry has 25 plus carries, I think Baltimore wins this game. But I just don't think he's going to get there. I don't think it's going to happen.
And the funny thing is, even if he does, and Baltimore somehow does win this game, like, whoever comes out of this game is going to be so beat up.
Yeah.
Going into the playoffs.
Huge disadvantage going next week.
That we're already like at a disadvantage being in the division we're in.
Probably
and having
because
the
whoever it
season
is
we've had.
probably has Buffalo coming in.
Yeah, we've got a rough first playoff week, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Thank you, sir.
You could do it.
No, I saw it, dude.
So
Let me give the good aspect of the Steelers right now. is I have been watching the Steelers closely, obviously, and Aaron Rodgers looks good. He has surprised me in a positive way this year. He's played better than I thought he would, than I thought he could, and especially these last 2 or 3 weeks, watching him out there being the general on the field, and just seeing him do the little things, catch a guy off sides, just the little stuff that the veterans do that nobody else does, and you see them over and over again with Aaron Rodgers, and you're just like, yeah. Okay, I see where we have an advantage here. I see why Aaron is what he is. And so despite our hardships, despite the things going in, despite losing to the Cleveland Browns, I still do have hope. Like when we beat the Ravens and get into the playoffs, like I'm not going to be going into week 1 going, oh man, we're going to lose. I'm like, we got a chance, man. We got a chance.
Don't worry, I'll do that for him.
So, I'm just saying, Steelers fans, have hope. Like, we're not at 0%. I mean, we might be at 5%, but we are not at 0% to win the Super Bowl. We can do this thing.
Yeah, I like that.
So, way too early for next year, but like, who is it that you're like, if we had to draft for next season? Tomorrow, who is it like? Who's at the top of your board?
Couldn't tell you. I'm not paying attention to college at the moment.
No. I'm talking
He's
about
saying redraft next year.
Just based on this season. We're not talking about rookies.
Yeah, I thought he was. At first, I thought he was talking about Steelers first round draft pick next year. I was like, wait, what? I'm not there yet, man. But no, you're saying fantasy football,
fantasy
redraft.
Football, if we were going to do a
round,
redraft for the 2026 season tomorrow,
who are the top 2 or 3?
Who are the guys that that would be at the top of your list that you think that weren't this year? There you go.
Oh, okay. I was like Jonathan Taylor, Bijan Robinson.
Top of your list that were not this year.
Well, I would definitely pursue a running back for sure.
Based on what his team is missing.
I would have a lot more confidence in Puka. Like Puka was,
I got a fear he's going to
second round, late first round.
So he was too expensive for you.
He was just too expensive for me,
gonna get him.
And I'm just like, okay, damn, he's worth it.
I think it's possible he might fall off next year. We'll see. I just
don't
like
know,
the
dude.
age.
The catch that wasn't a catch at the end of the game against Atlanta is one of the best catches I've ever seen. Like, you almost have to. They almost need to change the rule because it's like, come on, that's a catch,
dude. And I like college rules. Why not 1 foot instead of 2? I'm down with 1 foot. Like, if you can get in there with 1 foot, good enough for me, man. I want to see that stuff.
It's not because it's not. They said that he lost control of the ball
once he hit the ground. Yeah.
No, it wasn't even when he hit the ground.
He lodged it and he caught it.
It was almost like he passed it from one hand to the other, he could properly brace himself.
Right.
But he didn't lose control of the ball. It was just like suspended
temporarily
in the air.
Didn't have full control. During
it was literally floating in the air for a second,
for a millisecond.
Half a second, microsecond,
not even a half a second. There was a frame that you could freeze it on and go, hand to ball.
It was literally
actually what happened.
It was like a frame,
Yes,
and they couldn't.
But in real time, it was such an unbelievable play. So to take it away was terrible, just terrible. And it's like, and I hate that crap. Yeah. I'm so tired of what you see being overruled by a rule book. I'm so tired of that. I am just so tired of that because we're not playing.
That's a rough one.
We're not playing poker here. We're not playing Magic the Gathering, where it's like there is a definite rule for how this is supposed to go. We're playing football, and it's like, that was an unbelievable play. The guy did not lose control of the ball. Like, he got both of his feet down, had complete control of the ball as his body hit the ground. And because while he was coming to the ground, he passed the ball from one hand to the other, and it was like there was no hand touching the ball for 0.0001 seconds. It is not a catch. Like that, that messes with my brain.
Okay. But
Could have been a
but you're
catch and
saying,
fumble.
but I would disagree
in
in
a
the
way
fact
that I hate it.
that you're saying that these other games are just so rules based. Well, so is the NFL now. Like they have a very specific rule for a
But I feel like
and
in
has
the
to meet all
NFL
these
more than I feel like in the
qualifications.
NFL more often than other major sports, the rules fly in the face of what your common sense tells you.
I think it could have been a catch and fumble.
Like so,
And since he was already out of bounds.
And
The way that-
to your
that went
point,
down.
I kind of disagree because like in basketball, growing up watching basketball, traveling used to get called all the time.
Right.
All the time. Like a guy would be like, he'd catch the ball and he'd be jab stepping and he hadn't even taken his dribble yet. And he would mistakenly slide his pivot, his plant foot, not his pivot foot, before he let the ball hit the ground, and they'd call him for traveling. Like it was almost, it would look
Right.
like on the court, on the screen, it looked like a false start. It was like essentially, and they never call that anymore, ever. And not only do they never call that, but man, I feel like every single day that I'm digesting sports stuff, like during the basketball season, I'm seeing somebody's clip of a superstar player taking like 7 steps.
Right.
They never call it anymore. And you know why? Because no one cares.
Because it's not as fun.
Because it's not fun. It's not entertaining. And you know what? I'm tired of seeing the refs. If they're gonna be on screen that much, get them some better fucking uniforms. They look terrible, and they are just annoying to see. Like, I'm so tired of NFL referees.
That's funny. I think that's the least of our problems. They're how they look. But
No, that was just a slam.
I hear you.
Yeah, that's just me. That's just me slamming them because it's like because it seems like the referees are on TV too much.
And it does seem like
in
they aren't too
NFL
much.
games.
But I will say that.
And now every broadcast has a former official expert. Like your booth is no longer just the play-by-play and the color commentary guy. You also have the disembodied voice of the rules.
for sure, but also
And I hate it.
But the refs on the field also have that. And you notice anytime that they throw a flag, they don't call anything for a good 15, 20 seconds because they want to get confirmation from the people upstairs.
And when they're talking to each other, I'm just
so
like,
I will say that they are being more accurate.
To me, it's the funniest thing in the world because every time it happens, because you know that what's actually happening is they're listening for whoever is actually, but they're making a show of talking to each other and actually conferring about what happened. It's like,
They're
what
still
are you
giving
even
the-
doing? It's like, you know that like
People are stupid, man. They just need the illusion, man. I'm so sorry. That gets me started on a whole nother rant. But
Yeah.
yes, like people in general, like people as a whole are kind of dumb, and
That's true.
And stuff like that works. It just does.
I've-
That's why they
so
do it.
I've been while I've been doing holiday stuff and stuff like that, I've just like put on The Simpsons in the background because my kids will watch it and it's funny to me.
Yeah.
And that show it really is so funny. And there was an episode where they wanted to send Bart to military camp, the military school, because he wasn't acting right. And at the same time, Lisa wanted to go to military school because she was tired of showing up to school and watching videos and and having magazine time was what she said they had. And she was complaining to Principal Skinner about it. And he's like, couldn't we do some more challenging things? Well, sure, Lisa, but then all the stupid children would be in here complaining, and they'd be furrowing their brows in a vain attempt to understand what's going on. And I just thought, yes, that is society. That is where we are in the year 2025. Is that, hey, listen, we make more money by catering to stupid people. Or 26 now. 2026.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, the first slip up of the year. That is where we are. Is that it pays better to cater to dumb.
Yes, sir.
Always has.
Welcome to America.
Well, with that, should we do gifts?
I just have pictures of mine because, as I told him, I thought that today was the 3rd. Even today, I thought today was the 3rd. I was expecting your guys' gift to show up today, and that's tomorrow.
That's fine. That's fine.
So
Here you go, sir.
I got you guys these nice banners.
Oh, that's cool. I can hang that up behind me.
Exactly, right? That was my idea. It was, right?
I'm just going right for it.
So it's got original symbols and stuff like that. And yours has a special side gift into it too.
Cool.
So thank you guys. Love you guys.
Love you too, man. Love you guys too.
Is this yours?
Yes.
All right. So I look forward to it.
I was gonna say, you guys know what I get you every year.
I
I
look
always
forward
get
to
you a
this
nice
now, dude.
T-shirt,
I have them all.
but a team T-shirt, and I hope you look forward to wearing it.
Ooh, it's a different level of gray.
And I will say, Ken, before you look at yours, I ordered yours. These were ordered 6 or 7 weeks ago, so this shirt probably seemed a lot better back then than it does now. So take a look at this.
Oh, hey.
So I'm just saying.
Normally it's a joke. Like you give me some silly ones.
Like 6 or 7 weeks ago, I was like,
is good.
this duo was like, oh my God, taking the NFL by storm. And now it's like, oh, that didn't really work.
George Pickens is gonna get paid still. Like,
No, for sure.
they
But
like him.
by the Cowboys, you think?
Yeah.
I think it's interesting how you just like find shirts I don't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm out there and about.
Let me see yours.
Whose house?
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
dude. Yep, that'll join the arsenal. I'll be. Oh yes.
Nice.
I'm over here thinking like, I always try to get you guys those Steins, and I'm like, damn, did I get them these?
Oh, this is nice, dude. I'm gonna put this on my bag.
I love the ring. And I want to say, it reminds me, there's a player today on the table. This dude had like this big, giant gold
those aren't
bracelet.
real, okay?
No.
They're for you to wear and goof off with. It's
like-
not a big deal. They're toys.
Bob
They're
Lilly
toys.
And like I say, I think this goes with my story. Like, there's this guy on the table today. He's just wearing, like, he is blinged out. He's got like rings on every finger. He's got this huge bracelet, all gold and dang. I'm just like, whoa, this guy must be. Oh, betting $15 a hand, table minimum. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, you're not completing the image here, buddy.
That's really funny.
But
This is really cool.
Yeah, I thought that'd be cool because you could wear them while you're watching your games and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
you don't have to feel as bad if a stone falls out because they're just stones. They're nothing about that ring is real.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's really neat. I've never seen anything like this. That's really cool.
double crisp coal. What
yeah,
the heck?
bastards.
What is it?
It's Skull.
It's because of candy?
Yeah,
That's I'm like, just like, what kind of candy? It must be licorice because
I think it's actually chocolate.
I
don't
would
know.
assume chocolate, but if it's licorice, I'm in.
licorice is the worst.
I love black licorice.
That would be funny because most people don't like black
Right,
licorice.
that's why I figured it must be.
Yeah.
That would
Most
be
people
funny.
do not. I love black licorice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that on my back.
Very cool, guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, I really like the rings because you can wear them on the podcast and flash them. And I was like trying to find the last quarterback that won for your guys' organization. So I think you got Aikman's and
Yeah.
you got Roethlisberger's. So, yeah.
I think that was the last one that won for my team. Period.
Right,
Ugh.
that's the point.
Oh yeah. It like
His
everyone's
is
been
Aikman,
talking.
don't feel bad.
I know, but I'm just saying everyone's been talking about getting rid of Tomlin. I'm like, how can you even talk about that? Who have we had at quarterback since Roethlisberger? And the last 3 years of Roethlisberger, we all knew that we should have had somebody else.
I think it's because
How are we blaming this on Tomlin? He's done amazing with what he's had.
they ran
Hits the right finger. I love it.
they ran Belichick out of New England.
Yeah.
Do you think that Tomlin deserves a longer run than Belichick post like Belichick post Brady and Tomlin post.
So
But look
gonna-
at the last
it's-
2 years that Belichick put up.
It's
Look at the
owner's
last 2 years.
principles too, man. Like
That's for sure. And,
that's
and
owner's principles.
Right, but they totally leaned into a rebuild, whereas the Steelers have not done that at all.
No, we've always been just on the verge, just 1 or 2 pieces away for the last 10 years, damn it. But the thing is that we have been, and we've had a coach that allowed us to be that way. Like, if we get rid of Tomlin, I'd be incredibly disappointed, and honestly, I'd be kind of shocked. Like the Rooneys, that's just not how they do things, and that's one of the things why I like the Steelers so much is because of the way they run things. And so because of that, I think we're keeping Tomlin, and the people that are looking at getting rid of him, I think, are ridiculous. Whenever you have a coach that if you fired him, there are 10 other teams in the NFL looking to hire him as their head coach, you've probably made a mistake. You know what I mean? Like, you probably should have kept with that head coach.
I think sometimes change of scenery is just good for everybody.
Or maybe it's just randomness. Maybe, I don't know. I would bet on keeping the brains in the building. You know what I mean? And consider there's something.
Maybe he moves up.
There's something
maybe
said
he
for
becomes like
consistency.
the VP of football operations
I
or
don't
something.
think that's his
Because I don't either.
I think his strength is
don't either.
is coaching and being in there, giving his little wisdoms to the team.
Right, and because he's not really like an X's and O's type of coach, he's a more he's a motivator. Those types of things tend to fade, like the messages from those guys and it's not necessarily that they fade, but as the generations go along, it becomes like you become disconnected because you've been so used to coaching your message that you haven't even and I don't know, maybe he's well connected with 22-year-olds, but Tomlin doesn't seem like the type of guy who's ready to chop it up.
And like I say, he's getting older now, but he always had that was his strength 10 years ago. Maybe it's not his strength now, I'm not sure. But I will say one thing in Tomlin's favor. If you look at the last 10 seasons of Tomlin and what he has been given at the beginning of the season, never have you been disappointed with what he put out with at the end. Never. Like every time, like look at the last few years. Like every time he keeps putting up winning records, and it's like, how did you do that? Big Ben was on his last legs, could barely stand and throw the ball. Our offense sucked, but yet we still won 9 or 10 games. And then we did the same thing with random quarterbacks over and over again.
That would be it'd be the same as the Cowboys won 12 games 3 consecutive years, and they're always kind of competitive. And the reason for that, the biggest reason that they're always kind of right there, is because the 2 teams at the bottom of the division are so bad. And for you guys, it's Cleveland and Cincinnati, and for the NFC East, it's Washington and New York. Those 2 teams have been so bad that every single year Dallas and Philadelphia are just a couple of players away from being a really strong playoff contender. And you guys have had the Ravens and the Steelers have had the Bengals and the Browns to beat up on for forever. So
the last couple of years for the Bengals, and now the Browns are getting better. I see what you're saying, but yet again, we're going to have a winning season this year and might have a good chance of winning the division, and nobody put us there at the beginning of the year.
What I would say about the Steelers is that over the last in the Tomlin era, they've been as good as anybody at winning games you're supposed to win. They very rarely show up on Sunday and you go, what the heck happened?
We don't underperform, but we don't overperform.
Right.
Is what you're saying, and
Right.
I can maybe
for as many times as you've been just yeah, that was, considering what we had, that was okay, but also you haven't had any of those seasons where it's man, that was awesome. They knew even more about football than I thought they did.
Right.
That's also true. And they're now, an aging team.
No, yeah, look at our quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about your quarterback.
I know.
TJ,
look at our stars. I agree. We definitely have to rebuild, but I really hope we do it under Tomlin. So All right.
I think we will too.
Does that about call it for us?
I'd say so. With that, we will see you guys next week for playoff football.
See ya.